Well, welcome back to another episode of Opposing Cylinders. We are in Moab, Utah. You see all the mountains in the background. So we are getting ready to take off out of here. Today, in this episode, we are on our way to Helper, Utah. We're going to check out collections, a tour, a museum. We're going to have lunch there. We're going to see beautiful scenery along the way. And then we are going to come up into Provo and Salt Lake City to our final destination. So come along for the ride. We're still on Drive 2025 road tour. Check out all of our previous episodes. This is episode number 7 of our road tour. And then in the following episode, we are going to be still in Salt Lake City. We have 2 more shop tours, but one we will film, one we are not. You can check out maybe some photos on our Instagram. So, and then we have more after that. So more still coming from Drive 2025. So thanks for following. Give a thumbs up if you like this content, all of our road tours. Hit the subscribe button. We greatly appreciate you following. And we always say it at the end, but I'm going to say it at the beginning. Check out our website, opposingcylinders.com. See all of our new listings there. Consider joining us on future road tours, become a member, get discounts to all of our vendor partners, early access to our listings, and so much more. We appreciate you following. Let's take off. Drive out of Moab is beautiful. Just climbing, we'll go through some curves. The great thing about Gil's truck, we do have air conditioning. In 100-degree temperatures, this thing doesn't really stumble, and it stays cool inside.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. We've had some early starts to each day because of the heat out here. Try to get to our destination a little earlier. Is that a train track up there?
Yes, sir. It sure is.
Looks like it goes through the mountain almost.
Oh, yeah, it does. Actually.
Yeah. I'll try to show you some of this if you enjoy the scenery coming out. There's also a road way up there. You see some of the cars driving up there. I see some campers and cars. So Arches National Park.
Look at the trucks going up on that.
Yeah,
Mountain up there.
that's so cool. The people at the hotel said September, October is the busiest time here because it's probably really good with temperatures, so it's always sold out in September, October. Yeah, you just see road up there. So comment how many of you have been to Moab or Arches National Park. Comment below, is there a favorite spot or a favorite hike that you've done here? What's your favorite thing to do in Moab or Arches National Park? beautiful, this part, and we're heading to Helper. I'll show you real quick where we're at. Speed limit is up to 80 mile an hour, and we're not running that hard because we have a couple that cannot run that hard. On the way back we will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We want the speed limit 80 all the way back.
Yeah, we wanted 80 rolling home because this truck will do that and more. But today it's when you have a bigger group, we try not to leave our group. I don't know if the camera picks up all the colors and just the beauty of it all, and just mountains all the way around, but it's really pretty. The blue bubble top behind us, Dean is from California, and they started off in California. They did 4 national parks, I think like Zion, Bryce Canyon, the Four Corners, or something else. They drove all the way then to Columbus. I think they did Des Moines. They did Columbus, good guys. They stayed in Columbus. Then they went up to Michigan. Then they came down to Nashville, Tennessee. And then they've driven all the way back out here. That car has an LS3, as we mentioned in the previous episode, but they put over 200,000 miles on that car, that blue bubble top behind us at 61, and road warriors. So thanks to Dean for and his wife for coming along on the road tour. They've been a trip and just really fun to hang out with and see that car go down the road. quick stop on our way to Helper. We're at Horse Canyon View Rest Stop, something like that. And you just see all out in the mountains. Not much around. Other than that, I have no idea where we're at. But it's been a good drive so far. I got some good videos on my cell phone of especially Chris's car behind us. Good weather here today too. Sunny skies, not too hot yet, but just really pretty. Well, we're coming into Helper, Utah. So we're about 113 or so miles to Salt Lake City. If you've never been to Helper, Utah, and you're driving by this area, you need to stop. It's super cool. You're gonna see what it looks like. We're gonna get some photos. We're gonna have lunch, the tour. This is our stop here today. Up there. So how cool is this place? I think it's actually a bed and breakfast here, but two brothers bought this, redid the whole garage. It's a real old garage and it's just so cool decorated. The whole town is like this. How cool is this stop?
Rock and roll, baby. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Just with the mountains in the background. Such a cool stop. Dean, have you been here? No?
No, we've traveled. We've done Heber, we've done several others along the route here, but no, I've never been on 198.1.
Such a cool stop.
This is a cool stop. Look at that mountain.
Yeah. And just all down through the town is cool, and painted murals. I mean, you look down Main Street, how cool it is. Okay, I'm gonna get some photos here as well, but this is just the first little stop in Helper. You're gonna see more. Just another cool stop with all this. See more from the mountains all around. What do you think about driving through town? How cool is this place? All the old signs and the neons and everything through the whole town is just so cool. You do have a Helper Arts Festival, Sunday, August 14th through the 17th. So there you go. Come to the Helper Arts Festival, August 14th through the 17th. So look at all these cars. Cars just lined up, signs, hot rods, and then you got another cool spot over there. So this is a bed and breakfast. So this little place is a bed and breakfast. You can actually rent this spot out if you want to stay here at this kind of gas station. So Rob, this is a bed and breakfast.
This is a bed and breakfast?
Yes, bed and breakfast, so you can stay there. It's like everything around town is so freaking cool. And then how cool is this? Even this over here is real neat. I'm gonna walk over here because I've seen some of this before. If you look back at our 2022 episode, you can see more from our stop there. But let's take a look. Look at all the trucks. Just cool trucks. Looks like we got a Woody in here. I think this is owned by the same, Helper Motor Company. I think they own this building here as well. Yeah, they do, because I recognize some of the cars, the Woody and then the Corvettes. So what a cool stop. How's it going?
Good, you?
Good.
I'll just open them all.
Oh yeah, thank you. How about this? This is so cool. You gotta stop Helper, Utah, right? More motorcycles, you got the Corvettes. The signs, look at the old coolers. Such a cool stop. I would assume. So this is another bed and breakfast, right? So you can stay in here. You got your living space in the back. So how cool would that be to be on a trip and then stay here in one of these old gas stations? These guys are all getting ready to roll out. How about this? Look at the old trucks here. Okay.
Just shut it off. Just shut it off. He's pulling over too. What's that? Just turn it off. Oh, I was gonna keep pulling around. Oh, okay.
Everyone's just getting pictures of their cars. So many cool photo stops here as well, where you can really get some good photos of your car with all the background. You have the mountains, you have the old trucks, the old cars everywhere, the signage. I'm gonna have to live vicariously through others' photos because I'm too busy here filming. I can't do photos and filming, so I'm gonna steal their photos. Got more trucks just lined up over here. Got the old bus. More signage. Thank you, Gary, for inviting us, for allowing us to come in and give a tour. We're still excited. We haven't even done the tour yet, but just all the work that the people of this town have put into their community and making it look like this. If you didn't get off the exit, you'd never even know that it's here. But we're really excited to go through. This is our second time here, but this building is the first time we've actually seen this. It's all been redone. So we're at Vintage Motor Company in Helper, Utah. We're gonna get a tour here. We're gonna have some lunch. Great stop. You wanna come and check out all their collection, and we're gonna take you inside. Okay, we're going to take you a walk through. These guys are great. We're going to show you inside some of the garage. We'll probably put some music on here because there's music in the background, but let's give you a walk through just some of the cars before we get to the motorcycles. So many historical motorcycles in here. The collection is unreal. And this one, I believe, actually their father owned this in the war. So you'll see a lot of historical, a lot of vehicles that mean a lot, but they know everything about these. And even some of the design that, you know, lifts this up. And look at the little details on here as well, the light fixtures. That's where you get to go downstairs. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is right up your alley, Chris. Get some ideas. Like some retro stuff, you know? I can smell the food. We're all hungry. So we're gonna eat right here at this little hot dog stand. So they got chips, hot dogs, a couple of different hamburgers. They got it all for us. Grilling it out. Thank you to all of our sponsors on the road tour as well. A lot of we have Port City Hot Rods, we have Rick's Tanks, we have Greening Auto Company, we have Pete and Jake's, White House Performance, Miller Speed Shop. Trying to think of some of our other food sponsors. Speed and Design, Opposing Cylinders, we're sponsoring a lot of the food as well. But we appreciate all of our sponsors. If you would like to sponsor us for 2026 road tours, reach out to either Opposing Cylinders or Speed and Design, and we can share more information with that, because we do plan on more road tours in 2026. This gentleman is making us fresh food. We're deeply grateful for his efforts to feed all of us here today as well.
Now, if you have a fire, they give you a massive fire extinguisher back the shifting rods, kickstand.
Tell them about this tunnel.
Oh, now back in the day, if it was during Prohibition, you're not supposed to have liquor. This was a wild town. Guys had to get out of here if the cops are coming. You go out these tunnels, and I don't know where this wound up, probably across the street to the post office, and you can escape from the cops back in the day. This had a very wild railroad mining town. So they're always gambling and stuff you're not supposed to do in this town back in the early days. Yeah, they had a way to get out of here. This is how fancy it is for a policeman's brass flashlight holder or big heavy springs to hold it in. You have the cop radios, speedometer housings. Now these are 1938, looks like a face, so they call it the skull dashboard. 1938 is the last year of the skull face. Now, 1939 went to the cat's face dashboard. You go, okay, this is what goes in there, a speedometer. But I'll show you something weird about speedometers. A regular old speedometer has this little cover plate, 2 bolts. You go, okay, that's on a regular speedometer. This one says police special. It has electrical wire coming out. You go, what does that do? Well, if he's speeding, Cop pushes a button on the handlebar, sends electricity, it will lock the needle. He'll say, dude, come here, you were doing 80 miles an hour. Now, that's why there's little holes in the side, because it lines up with this, so you can push a brass button and resets it to a normal speedometer. One button locks the needle, one button releases it. These are old fenders and your exhaust pipes and oil tanks and floor boards and chain boards.
Don't touch nothing.
Yeah. Now, the old Harleys, you had to start them by foot. It looks like a bicycle pedal to start it. The Indians had a square pedal to start them. You go, well, what's this round thing? These only came on army bikes. The reason is, during the war, you didn't want to waste 2 big humps of rubber just for your starter pedal. You need rubber for tires during the war. So they saved some rubber using those to start. Now here's your seats. But this seat's kind of unusual. That's a regular Harley seat, but you're supposed to take this seat, set it on your gas tanks for little babies. Look, it does not bolt to anything. It just sits there and hope the baby doesn't flip off. That's how it was. Yeah. Now this is a 1-year only seat made out of cows. It's the Moo Glide seat. 1994 Heritage Nostalgia. They tried to do it with cows. It's probably politically incorrect to do that now, but if you see these round oil cans, don't throw them out. That was made like in 1926. There's stamped metal dates on the bottom of these. They're roller rocker cans, but one of those is $1,100 for one of those now. And they're just roller oil cans that have a spout on the top. Now you can come in here. These are the towing hitches, remember, for the 3-wheeler?
Yes.
When I was a little baby, you rode metal pedal cars. These are the Springer front ends. If you find one of those, they're like $3,000 for an old Springer front end.
Which probably didn't right?
Yeah, they bounce around. These are the crash bars. Now, if you had to go to work in the winter, you put these covers on the crash bars. It keeps your legs warm. But if I left those on the crash bars today and rode the Harley, you would overheat your engine. Now these things were back in the early days when there was only 2 genders to go to the bathroom, men and women. Yeah. That's how it was back in the old days. Yeah. There's the old giant fire extinguishers. Yeah. Now see these kind of signs, it shows a guy bummed out. Why? Because they had lots of thorns and things in the roads. They didn't have nice, good highways. So you always had to keep patching your tires.
Well, we still don't have good highways.
Yeah. Yeah. Look how soda was 5 cents back in those days. And you still would get money to return a lot of the bottles. Coke would do that. Now this reminds you of the movie Electric Glide in Blue with Robert Blake. It was a police show about a guy that had a bike that color. Now notice these are neon clock signs. You would find these on gas stations. They light up at night all the time. And you see lots of thermometers. Back in those days, everybody goes, I wonder how hot it is. You didn't really have lots of air conditioning, so you're always wondering how hot it is outside. Now, I don't know if you guys seen this gas station up the street.
We did, yes.
I gotta explain to you what's in there so you know the history. And this store's a 31 Ford Woody wagon, all restored. It drives around. If you look in that bay door, 1949 Buick Super 8 convertible. It's all original. The story on that car being in there is back in 1949, the guy that owned this station, he was Bert Clerico. He had a son named Richard Clerico. Now Richard got that green car for graduation present when he was a kid. Now the story goes on. He grows up. He has a daughter that married the movie star Michael Landon. That's that guy from Little House on the Prairie, Highway to Heaven. He was Little Joe on Bonanza. Now, the girl that married Michael Landon, her name is Cindy Larico. Now Cindy doesn't live around here in Helper. She's in California. She also has another daughter with Michael Landon. If you've seen the show Yellowstone, it's a wild cowboy show. The girl's name on that show is Teeter. Relates back to that green car that's unrestored sitting in that Bay. It's a 40 Buick convertible, but what's weird about it is, remember the old Buicks had those exhaust ports on the fenders? Well, it's got chrome header pipes sticking out of it, and you go, some kid must have added those pipes on there in the 50s or something. But you look under the fender, and it's got corrugated pipes going into the engine compartment, but they're not hooked to the engine exhaust. It lets hot air out of the engine compartment, so they're functional. Now, if you look at the rear, you know how they have wheel covers for the back wheels? They're like fender skirts that cover the back wheel. That's got chrome header pipes. So I crawled up under there, and they're not hooked to nothing. So when you look in that big bay door, you'll see this car with all these chrome pipes sticking out of it. This is all for the Nomad. You had to have new door sills, all new chrome and stuff. These are old Harley frames, but they're the single down tube frames. You'd have like a flathead 80 cubic inch motor in the big ones, and the little ones have a 45 cubic inch motor. Yeah. Now you wonder what this thing is here. On like Model A Fords, you know how the old gangsters would sit on the running board going down the street? Well, these clamp onto the running board. You can expand them out, so if you're going on vacation, instead of you standing on a running board, you could span these out, put your suitcases along both sides of your running board, as long as you got these to keep your luggage from flying off of it. That's what these things were for. Now, you can see how old the license plates are up in there. There's some from the 20s and 50s. Yeah. A lot of old junk.
What is the rarest motorcycle part?
Well, this thing's oldest thing in here, if you look at that, it has not a place for a big V-twin. You look at this brake system, it looks like a piece of asbestos riveted on a round band to slow you down. This looks like a Harley jack stand that changed the back wheel, but I don't know what this is. A guy came in, and I think he said it was a Cleveland. And that's probably from like 1912, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Now this is illegal now to advertise cigarettes, because they know now it's not good to smoke. But back in those days, you see advertisements for cigarettes everywhere. But now you don't see that anymore.
They smoke in airplanes.
Yeah. But the advertisement's done. All these signs, my brother bought a house down the street. This sign, this sign, this sign, that one, and that one was all in the attic. Now you go, how did it get all black? These were never used. It's a railroad mining town. All the coal dust from these locomotives and stuff settled down on these, and it just made them dirty looking. But if you take your Mr. Clean white pad, you could probably make them white again. But these are your old Coke stand-up signs. This is before GPS. You had to use road maps when you went to the gas station. Yeah, that's how it was. And when you see these fallout shelters, when I was a kid going to school, you had to practice for atomic bombs. The teacher would say, get under your desk, and you had to go like this under your desk, ready for an atomic bomb. So they had these things where if there was an atomic bomb, you could go into these underground like tunnels to hide. And that's what those were made for back in the day. Yeah. This is old grease, like they would put those on wagon wheels, like that's how old that grease is.
Saddlebags and all.
Now this thing here, you guys are into old cars. If you had like a Model A or Model T, these go on the running boards. It has a handle. If you break down in the desert, you have gas, water, and oil. You can make it for a while. Yeah, that's what that stuff's for. And look at this fan belt. Guaranteed for the life of your car. Yeah. Now I didn't know what this was. My brother's wife found that, but a girl came down and said, I know what this is. You put a glass in it and then she will shake the drink or something. Yeah, that's what it was for. Now, these are old signs that have little air holes, so you can put them up probably in the 50s or 60s for that type of a sign to go up. And then they had these bottles sealed up, but they look like water in there. But it says Vimoline. It's like vitamins for your engine or something, you know, water looking. But these are really old parts. And you go, why are you guys saving all this junk? Well, one of those headlights is $500. This is a taillight for a Harley. It's called the Beehive taillights. They're made in the 1930s. These are the Tombstone taillights made in the 1940s. Now this is just a regular air filter for your Harley engine, but this is what's underneath it. Looks like what you clean pots and pans with. You're supposed to wash them out with like kerosene back and all. You keep using them forever. These are all the little emblems for your gas tanks, and these are rare. They're like 1 year only, like 1928. Like you would put those on fenders and it makes them look nice. Instead of painting stripes, these are metal stripes, but they're very hard to do because all you had holding them was one little slide-in screw there, and you put a nut under there. Well, if you drill the hole off at all, there's no way to adjust it to make it look straight, and you have to get that perfectly drilled the first time or it would never look good. That's how they only did that for 1 year. These are fancy looking bumper guard looking things, and your saddlebags back in the day. We had a doctor friend copy these saddlebags for new Harleys. They go, well, what were these? Remember the 59 Cadillac had red pointy lenses? Well, you could look, there's no wires going in there, so these didn't light up, but it looked like they would have. So he says, I'm gonna put these on new Harleys that have brake lights and signal lights. The only thing he did is the old lids used to fly off going down the highway. So he says, I'm gonna stop that. I'll put a hinge on this side so now it opens and closes this way. And he did that. He spent $12,000 on patents for new Harleys. Now these are old signs. Back in the days, there's big old 1930s Coca-Cola signs. There's a bunch of them laying this way. But the signs are heavy duty. They were porcelain in those days. They would last way longer in the weather because your bathtub is like this kind of material. And then these are sidewalk Coca-Cola signs they would put out on the sidewalk. These are very old neon signs when they bragged up Frigidaire service stuff. Old bottles were found digging up around here. Now, this was carved in the floor, but it's upside down. It says Harry G. Kissamaticus, April 30, 1944. It says it was the Reese Market. Well, the Railroad Mining Museum people said, hey, that's not Kissamaticus, that's Kissamatakis. That's a Greek name. So when I give a tour, I had people from Greece, and I said, oh, that was a 14-year-old Greek boy that carved that during World War II. And they go, Kissamatakis, he's not from Greece, he's from the island of Crete. I go, okay. Yeah, now, back in the day, Dad's Root Beer, Salt Lake City. It has a picture of a kid on there, and all the size sodas, like, look at how much sodas, a half a gallon for Papa, it says. And then there's all different sizes, but it's Salt Lake City made root beer back. There's the wooden crate. Isn't that weird? But there's another neon parking sign. Now, if you guys smoke cigarettes, you were supposed to buy your matches back in those days. Look how much matchbook costs.
Wow.
1 penny. Now, I'm going to show you what it costs to live upstairs. If you see the sign outside, it says El Hotel, rooms 50 cents and up. That's 1930. Lincoln Hotel, this book only goes back to the 1940s. That's what's upstairs now is the Lincoln. So I'll show you the prices of a room. 1951, the cheapest rooms are 75 cents or $1. This guy had ink. Now, there's no such thing as a ballpoint pen. He had to dip a pen to write his name. They charged him $2 a night.
Oh, they saw him coming.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I was told today they still use these in doctors because it doesn't take electricity. They don't wear out. You're just moving a hunk of metal, and they're accurate, I guess. So they still use these little weighing scales. Yeah. This thing is, we'll put a big long rod and it has to do with railroad tracks, trying to lift the tracks to work on them. He had a big long pole for railroad junk. Yeah.
It's another one of those springers.
Yeah, that's an early Harley Spring. There's different years. That's very early. Yeah.
What's the story on the door?
Well, this door is a Kenilworth coal mine door. So the heavy duty Kenilworth coal mine, there's a lot of, they still use coal around. If you watch the trains, they're filled with coal. So I asked somebody when I moved here, I thought, do they don't use coal anymore? He goes, yeah, I had an army guy from Korea come here one day and he goes, we use the coal from this area in Korea. I go, what? I thought coal is the same everywhere. Why are you getting it from Helper, Utah? He goes, it's a premium coal. They use the coal from this area in Japan. Korea takes it, they grind it into powder. Then they form a ball, drill 4 holes into that ball that they just made out of coal dust, put it in their house furnace. It will burn 12 to 14 hours to keep their houses warm, so that's why they still use the coal. Yeah, it's bizarre, but that's how it is in little old Helper. Now you know where to bring old parts. Yeah. Come on, this way. We don't oil this door, so it'll squeak when I shut it. Thanks for being patient.
The stories are what makes it.
I didn't mean to make your ears bleed this.
Oh, no, love it.
See y'all. Okay, we're going to get some gas. You notice Rob and I stole Chris's car. We didn't even tell him. The keys were in it, we took it.
Yes.
So we get to drive Chris's car to Salt Lake City and he is riding with Gil in the F-100. Hey, thank you Helper, Utah. What do you think about Helper?
Amazing town, amazing people. The history is incredible. Food was fantastic, just a great afternoon.
The tour stop, the history downstairs, really everything. I mean, the food, the little Liam, if you ever watch this,
yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Oh.
You did great serving everyone, and we wish you the best in all that you do. So we're just gonna get a quick gas stop in here before we head to Salt Lake. I think this is gas stop number 15 or 16 since we left Nashville. So, filling up here in Helper. You see all the cars down there all lined up, ready to go. I think we only have a little over about 113 miles to Salt Lake City. We're gonna get on the road, try to get through Provo and Salt Lake before rush hour traffic. So we should be able to do that if we can get on the road here pretty quick. Hopefully we get in there before 3:30 and start rolling, but I think the scenery is just beautiful, all the mountains. I'm a mountains guy. I love the scenery. The ocean and everything is cool, but the mountains really just do it for me. And just how beautiful and the colors and so forth. I can't wait to announce our road tours next year. We have some exciting things. I know I've said it, I'm gonna continue to say it. We want more of you to join us in 2026. And we're gonna see more great sights, more stops along the way. starting to sprinkle. We actually got, this is a little bit of rain, right? But we actually got sprinkled on in Arkansas. Pre you guys.
Okay, you did?
Yeah.
All right, we
It
got
doesn't
some.
look, I mean, it's blue skies up there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a cloud. Okay, back in the coop. We just rolled into Provo, Utah, and we picked up the traffic. We did get here before rush hour,
Yay.
so we got that going for us. But we're just trying to keep up with Will and Gil, the Will and Gil show in front of us. And so a couple others got out ahead, so we're trying to roll 3 or 4 down through here because it's too hard to keep 7 and 8 plus together. But you see mountains all around, and we're almost into Salt Lake City, our final destination, Robbie.
Well, see y'all on the next one. Love it.
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
Not yet. We haven't done the ending yet.
Oh, we don't do the ending yet?
No, until we stop.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Rookies.
I'm a rookie. I'm a rookie at this.
He's not a rookie, he's a pro. We're just pulling your leg. We'll see you at the hotel. Well, that is a wrap for today's episode. We appreciate you following along the ride. Moab to Helper to Salt Lake City. We're here. It's good to have a rest. We're here actually in Salt Lake City for 2 nights. In the next episode, we're gonna take you to Streamline Customs. We do get to go to another private shop. I probably won't even say that on camera, someplace that most people, you're not allowed to get into, but we're able to get into. So we're gonna do that. And then it's on to a private collection the next day. So we have a lot more to come from Salt Lake City and then at Bonneville Salt Flats for Speed Week. So give a thumbs up if you liked today's episode, especially from Helper. Comment below, what was your favorite part? Share this video with your friends. We greatly appreciate you watching, sharing, and if you have not done so, hit that subscribe button and continue watching, and we will see you on the road in the next episode here in Salt Lake City.